Very good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss a new lesson from your term 3, the treeless grasslands. Treeless, it means with no trees. Grasslands. What are these grasslands? Let us see. Grasslands are large plains of grass. They are found in warm and dry places. So grasslands are the large plains of grass, that is large area covered with the grass, are nothing but the grasslands. And in these grasslands you will not find much trees. That's why the treeless grasslands. They are found in warm and dry places. In these areas, the rainfall is too little for forests to grow. So in these grasslands, the amount of rainfall is little to grow, but just enough to prevent the land from turning into a desert. Already we have learned about a land of sand, deserts in the previous lesson. So deserts, how the climate will be? It is very hot and humid, and the climate is completely dry. But since these grasslands are getting adequate quantity of water in the form of rain, so that is helping the grassland not to convert it into a dry land, that is desert. Hence, there are very few trees and bushes in a grassland. So you find very less number of trees and bushes in the grassland. Most of the grasslands are in the temperate zone. So where do you find these grasslands in the temperate zone? If you remember, you have learned about 3 zones: frigid, torrid and temperate. In temperate zone, the climate will be either hot or cold. It's like they have, the climate will be a bit average temperature. It will be neither hot nor cold. They are known by different names in different continents. So these grasslands have different names in different continents. We have how many continents? 7 continents. So these grasslands are called with different names in all these different continents. Now let us see the prairies. The prairies are a vast stretch of gently sloping temperate grasslands in North America. So these prairies, these are the form of a grassland. They are found in the North America. So North America is one of the continent, and they are gently sloping. So the slope, these grasslands you will find in a form of a slope, and they are found in North America. So prairie is a French word. Prairie is a French word, and the meaning of a prairie is called as grassland. What is the meaning of prairie? Grassland. So the grasslands in North America are called as the prairies. The prairies extend from Canada in the north to Mexico in the south. It covers the whole of central USA. If you take United States of America, almost the central part of the America is being covered with this prairies. The prairies were once covered with thick, tall grasses. So these, what are the prairies have been covered with? Very thick and tall grass. The grasses are, the height of the grass will be very tall, and you find very less trees over there. Today, these flat and fertile lands are the biggest farming regions of the world. So these prairies, if you see today, they are the fertile lands and they are the biggest farming regions in the world. The Mississippi and the Missouri are 2 big rivers that flow this region. So what are the 2 big rivers that flow through this prairies grasslands? Mississippi and the Missouri. In the prairies, winters are cold and summers are hot. So what is the climate in the prairies? The winters are cold and the summers are hot. Rainfall is moderate. Moderate in the sense, not too heavy rainfall, not little rainfall. So it is moderate and occurs mostly in this. So when does rain? Generally we say rains are coming in the rainy season, right? But here in the prairies we find the rainfall occurs in the summer season. A wide varieties of plants grow in this grassland. Different varieties of plants can be grown in this grasslands. Trees are rare in the prairies except along the rivers. So if you see the banks of the rivers, Mississippi and Missouri, you will find the trees, but not in the grasslands. Grass grows quickly during the spring season and changes to hay in autumn. So the grass, it grows very quickly in the spring season, but it changes to hay. Hay ante dry grass. So in the spring, the grass will grow very fast and converts into hay in the season autumn. The animals that live here have adapted themselves to the semi-arid climate. Semi-arid climate, what does it mean? Obviously, depending on the season, the climate will be. Winters are cold, summers are hot. They can withstand very hot summers. The animals that grow or that are living in this prairie grassland can survive hot temperatures too, and also freezing cold winters. Look at the pictures of the few animals that live in the prairie. See here the prairies, what sort of an animals will be there? Bison, prairie dog, wild coyote and prairie chicken. So these are the animals that generally we find in this prairies. Economic activities. So simply just to give a gist, the grasslands in the North America are called as the prairies. Alright, and the central part of the America is completely or almost it is covered with the prairies, and the prairies, the ones they cover with, I mean to say, the prairies are almost covered with thick and tall grass, and you will not find large trees. Trees are very rare in this prairies, and the land over the land near the prairies is very fertile, very like if we see today, they are the biggest farming regions of the world. And Mississippi, Missouri, these are the two rivers that flow through the prairies. The climate in the prairies, the winters are cold and the summers are hot, and rainfall is moderate, and generally we find the rainfall occurs in summer season. And very like different types of plants can be grown in this grasslands. Trees are very rare to see. You can find the trees on the banks of the rivers Mississippi and Missouri, but inside the grasslands you cannot find huge trees. They are very rare enough. And the grass in the prairies grows very quickly in the spring season and it changes to hay. It means dry grass. Brown color ga ayipotundi. Dry grass in the autumn season. And what sort of a wildlife we have in prairies? What all the animals are leading the life in this prairies? They can resist or they can adjust or withstand with very hot summers and freezing winters. So what are the animals we find in this prairies? Bison, prairie dog, prairie chicken and coyote. Okay, next. Economic activities. The prairies are intensively cultivated. Yes, since the land is fertile and we say that today these prairies are the biggest farming places of the world. Therefore, they are intensively, cultivation will be done continuously all over the year. And corn is cultivated in the eastern part. So what are the crops that have been cultivated? Corn that can be cultivated in the east part of the prairies and wheat in the central part. Cattle is reared in the western part. So to the west part of the prairies, in that the cattle is being reared. See, in the east part, corn is cultivated. In the central part, wheat is cultivated. And if you take the western part, cattle rearing can be occurred. Farmers produce enough wheat for the whole country and also for export. Now, we say like central part is mostly covered with the prairies. So, almost the central part, since it is covered almost with the grasslands, and wheat is grown extensively in the central part. Therefore, production of wheat is more in such a way that it is sufficient for the people of that particular country, and also whatever the wheat they are producing, it being exported to different places also. That is why the prairies are called as the wheat basket of the world. Since the quantity of wheat production is more in prairies such a way that it is ample enough to all the people in the country, and also they are able to export these wheat to different parts of the countries in the world. That's why prairies is called as the wheat basket of the world. Other crops grown here are barley, rye, oats, lentils, mustard, peas and beans. The prairies also have meat packing factories, dairy farms and flour mills. Apart from this agriculture, so what are the factories they have? Meat packing, dairy farms that are related with the milk products and flour mills. Many minerals are found here. So what are the minerals found here? Lignite coal, mineral oil and natural gas are mined in large quantities. Gold, silver and potash are also mined here. The availability of these minerals has led to the development of ore crushing factories and oil refineries. Since apart from this cultivation, even many minerals have been found in the prairies. Because of this reason, it has been led to the development of ore crushing factories and oil refineries. Like from the ores, they extract the metals, and from the seeds, they extract the oil. An extensive network of roads, railways and canals in this region, coupled with industries, have made the prairies one of the most industrialized regions in the world. Now, in order to set up any industries, children, ample of space is required, power supply is required. Apart from this, transportation is very important. So, coming to here, there is a good network of roads, railways and canals in the prairies, due to which the prairies have been developed, I can say more developed in terms of industries in the world. Now, how the life of the people in the prairies. European settlers converted these huge grasslands into farmland. So the Europeans, the people who traveled from Europe to here, to the North America, so they have converted these grasslands into farmlands. An average farm here is spread over thousands of hectares. Farmers live with their families on the farms. Some workers or helpers also live on the farm. Since it's a huge place of farming land, the farmers, what they are doing along with the farming done in the field, they make themselves to settle in the farm itself. So they construct small huts and they stay near the farms itself. Homesteads are built for farmers' families and for the workers. So what is the home they construct using these grass or the wood? That is homesteads. So near their farm itself, because it's spread through hectares of land, it is a very huge land, they do it for the cultivation. So these farmers, what they do, they construct a small house using this dry grass or the sticks. That is called as the homesteads. The entire farm work of plowing, sowing, harvesting, threshing and winnowing and storing of food grains is done by the machine. So what all the farming, generally in India we find a farmer does it on his own manually, but there technology has been developed. So they use different types of machinery for sowing the seeds, for harvesting the crop, for threshing the crops and winnowing. After that they have to store the food. So in order to do all this process, they use a huge machinery. Food grains are stored in silos. So where do they store these food grains? They store in a silos. You can see in the picture they have given silos. Thus, only a few workers are needed to cultivate thousands of hectares of farmland. Since very few workers, I mean to say, since almost machinery is being used completely in order to do the farming, almost machinery is being used to sow the seeds, in order to harvest it, threshing it and storing the food. Complete machinery is involved. Therefore, when all the work is being done by the machines itself, we find very few workers are being employed in these industries. The open land towards the west is hilly. The soil here is coarse and less fertile. Yes, the land or the soil near the hilly areas will be less fertile, because near the hilly areas you cannot find the water storage in the soil. In this region, animals are reared on large open areas called ranches. So since the soil is not fertile, cultivation cannot be done. Therefore, what are they doing? Cattle rearing they can be done, and the animals, they are reared in large open areas. Those open areas are called as the ranches. Cattle is reared mainly for meat and milk. Obviously, from the cattle what do we get? Meat and dairy products. A large part of the total meat produced is consumed locally. So whatever the meat, the production of meat is being done is confined to that particular place itself. The rest is exported. What amount of meat that is being produced, they spread it over the local areas, and just in case after distributing to the local cities in that country, if any meat is left over, then they export it to the different parts of the other countries. Many dairy farms have also been built. Most of them are situated near cities. Big dairy farms have modern facilities for processing milk. Machines have almost replaced manual labor in dairy farms as well. Not only in cultivation, but also in the dairy farms, machinery has been taken place instead of the manual labor. So this is about the treeless grasslands, that is prairies. Hope you understood the lesson, children. Read the lesson and start underlining the new words. Okay, let us meet in the next class with a new lesson. Till that, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll meet you in the next class. Till that time, bye bye. Take care. Thank you.